Hey everybody, welcome in. And Rune Packs. These are the first time we've had Rune Packs available. There's two things special about this. One, this is one of the first times we've had these kind of deals that are showing up on the paid deals area. So normally all gem packs are in this little area here that has the stored gem packs area, but this is like a special limited time deal just for Rune Packs. Now, I've been having a lot of questions. Are these worth it? Should we get these? Now, what I will say, I will go into this a little bit and we'll compare what the actual value for these are. So for the drop chances, 50% chance you're going to be getting a 50, and just over that 54, and then super low, like last 10% chances for the rest, with going down to super low chances. So you're pretty much looking at the lowest amounts for everything, between 10 to 14 majority of the time on the beta. The what is it? You're probably looking at about 80% chance for 50, low 50s for the alpha runes, and for the gamma you're still looking at pretty much 5 to 7. So for this pack, 600 gems, what is the value for this? Now, granted, since we know now that we are majority of the time going to be getting the lowest end of these packs, is it worth 600? Just for a bit of comparison of what these are actually worth, if we actually go in here to the runes, and if we actually go and see what you might be getting at each stage. Now, if you're super low level and only able to do, say, up to tier 30, maybe 40, I'd say most people should be able to get up to 40, because you can usually get to 40 once you're about level 30 or so. If this is the case, you're getting, say, probably about 20 to 30 runes or more per week. For alphas, you'll probably be getting about, say, 30, 40, 45 or so per week. I'd say something around about that. And then, or even more, because you get 2 of these per week. So the option that they give us is 600 gems for nearly a week's worth of runes. And then the higher you go up, you'll be looking at here is probably a little bit less than a week's worth of alphas and betas, but it'll give you way more than that was worth of gammas, because gammas are going to take you a long time to get. Now, for the value, even I'm just going to relate this also to the rune event that we have seen. The rates in that were very low as well, and that should be coming around every 3 weeks. So do I think it is going to be valuable to spend 600 gems on that? The only reason why I would say it would be valuable to spend 600 gems on that is if you have super high gem income. So if you're getting first in a tournament and your top characters are needing abilities, I would say potentially. Because to get an advantage and an edge over others, you could potentially, look at that, like getting 20 just like that. It's easily going to be getting those runes in about a week's time. Now, do you have the patience for it, is the other side of the question. A lot of people probably don't. But for your gem income, what else can you do with those 600 gems? Do a few event refreshes, do your energy refreshes. What is going to be more important to you? Now, I think the only reason why I would go for that rune pack is if my main team doesn't have the abilities. Now, I would only ever spend this much on my main team, and the reason would be because if I can get up to the top of the tournament, if I can my main team doesn't have the abilities that I need, that's going to make my main team better. It's going to help me get further and stay at the top of the tournament, which means more gems coming in. And that is the best use of buying these packs. Now, I would not buy these packs to upgrade anyone that's not going to be my main team. Just because it's going to end up sucking up your gems that you need to progress. So, and for me, it's all about progression. What kind of progression are you going to be getting for this? And the answer is, if you can progress into your tournament and stay at the top, you're going to get more gems coming in. Then, after that, all the gems are to be invested into progressing through events. So progress your main team to stay at the top of the tournament. If you're at the top of the tournament, that's the time where you start investing into event characters and preparing your teams for coming events and making sure you can get the most out of events, because it's all about maximizing your rewards, and that is how you fill out your team. And this is like a slow fill out. This isn't like I'm just gonna pay a whole bunch and then get to the top of one event. If that's the strategy that you want to go, sure, do that. If there is a character that is worth it in that event. So it's either go for the slow grind or go for all out on one is what I would recommend. So make sure the only way I would buy these packs is if you have specific characters that will be amazing with abilities. I don't recommend spreading your abilities and unlocking everybody's abilities when they're limited. Just let that happen through the progression, through the weeks. And anyone who's paying a whole bunch and just wants them, I suppose they're going to be buying those packs anyway. So that's always an option for people who are paying and have a decent gem income. Then I suppose it's okay value, because it's going to give you a few weeks worth. So buying 5 packs will give you a few weeks worth. So just keep that in mind. You will be able to get these eventually. It does seem like the devs are trying to slow down the progression of getting things to make it more exciting when you do unlock abilities. I think this is just a tad bit sad, because I find the most exciting thing about the game is getting lots of characters, testing lots of characters, and playing with lots of characters, and then you want to play with them to their full abilities, to have fun with them, because that's how a lot of them become more useful. So, in saying that, we've got to play with what we're given. So we'll just have to wait and see what actually happens. This does look promising, though, that they are going to show more ways to be introducing getting runes and gems, getting runes, and they've even opened it up not only to pay to play, but opened it up to everybody who may want them and may want to spend their gems on this way. So that is a bonus. I think that is a plus, rather than only having paid pack details, because at least this gives the option for everybody to get it. I think the developers should be including more of these types of deals for all players, because pay to play can always buy gems and they can spend on whatever they want anyway. So that is where I am at. So hopefully that has helped you all, and excited to see where else this goes and what other ways runes will be introduced as well. So just keep that in mind. Stay at the top. Keep your incomes coming in and invest where you need, and anything else is an extra and a bonus. Just keep that in mind, unless you have the gem income to expend gems wherever you want. So just putting that out there. Hopefully this helps, and we'll see you all. Let me know if this does help. Have you got the packs? I want to hear from how many of you have got the packs and upgraded your teams, and we'll see you soon in the comments.